Hey, I'm Ryan.Fagan. I'm a local realtor here in South Jersey, parts of Central Jersey, if that even exists, and I also cover Philadelphia and parts of Eastern Pennsylvania. And welcome to my Burlington County real estate market update for August. We're comparing all the real estate data from August 2018 against August 2017. Real estate is seasonal, and that's why we look at it like that. Let's get into it. So the most important thing everyone wants to look at is normally the median price. So let's see here. The median price in Burlington County has raised by 3.3%. August last year was 210,000. It's risen to 217,000. It's quite a significant jump. If you're a homeowner, that's a really good sign. Your home is increasing in value constantly in Burlington County. If you're thinking about buying, it's quite rough out there right now. And as I go through this, you'll see why. Next up is days on market, which is how many days it takes on average for a house to sell. In Burlington County, we're seeing a 4.2% increase, which is basically about 3 days. That's not really a big increase, but that is kind of a negative sign for sellers, but it's pretty marginal. So, it's not really a big deal there, but that is something to pay attention to. Next up is month's supply of inventory, which is my favorite statistic to look at because it tells you a lot of different things. And so what we're seeing here is a 10% increase, which is pretty significant. But when I'm looking at the median price, it's kind of offsetting that. So let's look at the other chart before I get into kind of what this means, because it's a very similar chart. It's a supply and demand chart. And so what we see here is that the amount of homes for sale has gone down 15%. There was 4,000 homes for sale last year, and this year we're looking at 3,400 in the same month. That's down 600 units. So there were 600 less houses available for sale in the month of August, year over year. But there's also less homes under contract by 22%. So that's very significant. And that's why we're seeing that the month supply of inventory has gone up. This is probably the most important thing to watch because everyone is concerned about the market softening. The amount of homes sold went from 722 to 697. That's a decrease of 3.5%. That is not a big deal. And because of that, I'm going to discount the amount under contract because that's kind of a timing situation. So now if I go back to month supply of inventory, that's really why I think that the 10% increase isn't as bad as it might look on first impression, because basically the inventory has dropped a lot and the amount of homes selling has dropped a little bit faster, but I don't necessarily think that's a trend. Overall, it's still a really, really, really strong seller's market. I do want to pay attention to the months of inventory going into September to see if it keeps increasing. That would be a sign that the market could be shifting, but right now it's a strong seller's market. Buyers, you're going to have a tough time. There's even lower inventory as far as units, so there's not a lot of homes to find. I'm dealing with at least 2 clients who are ready to buy a house and they just can't find one. And so that's a big problem. There's buyers out there, but there's no homes for sale. So if you are considering selling your home, now might be the time. I know when I get a new listing in the first week, as long as it's priced correctly, which I normally price them very well, people are banging down the door to get in. I mean, I'll get 10 showings in a day. It's outrageous right now. Now, the only problem is if you're selling your house and looking to buy a new house, you're going to have trouble on the buy side. So in this market, if you're retiring or you're downsizing or something like that, it's to your advantage. If you're trying to upgrade, there's not really a big advantage to selling and buying. But if again, you're going to sell and rent or sell and retire, move somewhere else, something like that, it might be a little bit better for you. And now for fun, let's look at the home that sold for the most amount of money in Burlington County. And again, for this month, it's another Morristown property. It's 3 Cambridge Court in Morristown, New Jersey. Sold for $1.3 million, 5 beds, 4 full baths, 2 half baths. It sold only took 21 days to sell, by a Berkshire Hathaway Fox and Roach agent. So they did a real good job. That's about all I got for you guys. Hopefully this information was helpful. If you're just finding me, definitely like and subscribe this video. That helps me get out there. You know, if you have any real estate questions, I'm definitely here. Contact me directly. All my information is in the description box. You can email, comment, text me, however you want to reach out. Believe it or not, a lot of people do. So that's it, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.